Hello and welcome back to another video. So firstly, apologies no upload last week, and I'm going to explain now. There's no fancy editing this week. There's going to be one take, hopefully, and then I'm just going to upload this video straight away for you. So yeah, last week started with a lot of promise, and it's still a good week. And it included a record-breaking takings day. Woo! So I wish I did the editing now, could have had all the fanfares and everything, but busy this weekend, so I won't be able to do any videos. So I thought if we get it out of the way now and get it uploaded straight away, then that's going to be better for everyone. So yeah, last week Monday was the record breaking day. It helps, like I said, them playground equipment jobs been doing down the road from me. Been paying really good money on it, and again, appreciate that. It was Middlewich to Hull. Now this is last week now, so it's going to take a bit of thinking. Was it I think it's 160. I think it's like 125 a mile ish, can't remember. It's about that. So I was in Hull, tipped that no problem. So then job come up Hull to it's BH21 postcode. Can't remember exact place it was called. It's obviously a long way. I think I got 85 pence a mile on that as well, and that was 160. I'll figure it out now. 160. I think it was £200 or a bit over. Was it 210? Might have been 210. Yeah, might have been 210. So that put me on 210 plus 160, 370. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're right. This ship was top draw. It wasn't for delivery till the next day on Tuesday. So he said, as long as my stuff's not damaged, you can co-load. Get it on the way, pick it up. Not a problem. And all their load was like a big silver case and like, I think like a easel or an arm to put a camera on top, something like that. But that went behind me sack truck, and that's strapped in, so it wasn't going anywhere and didn't take up any room. So then on the app, put the future journey from Hull to, I was going to say in Southampton, outskirts of Southampton, west of Southampton, premium, which would have put me like 20 minutes from, I think it's about 20 minutes from the drop for the next day. So that was all set, ready to go. So I put me Hull to Southampton on, and then there was on the M1 a job come up as I was just pulled over to go to the toilet. Job came up from going up to Nottingham, going to Salisbury, and overall that worked out at being like from Salisbury to the hotel. It worked out being like 20 minutes. So see, when it works like that, I mean, if it's not next day, I think there should be more co-loading. We're all in the same business, and that's when you can hit big money if you're co-loading. And as long as it's not on the, has to be there ASAP and all that, I think there should be more allowed to. I think it's a bit of taboo. No, on the note, no co-loading. I was like, well, we're all in the same business. We're trying to help each other out. So anyway, yeah, so that worked out a treat. Picked that up. It was some printing paraphernalia to go to centre of Salisbury, but it's not. It was easy to park. It was going to a TUI. There's a worker there. He was putting all the graphics on the wall and the stickers or whatever, and this was stuff to go with that. So dropped that off, no problem. So it worked out for, I think it's nearly just over 490. It's nearly 500 for the day. I mean, newbies and people watching these videos gonna know people do watch. They're new. Again, that's extremely rare because that's the biggest day in 12 months. I had 460, I think, once. So twice in a year, just over a year, that type of day happens. I think in a smaller van, you need to get good money on some jobs like I did for the playground equipment. And I got a good rate going down to Hull to BH21. So yeah, that was all good. I was obviously really pleased with that. But there wasn't it. What the issue had was my gearbox was sticking. So I was like, well, that's gonna be clutch, or it could be fucking gearbox. But I was obviously down that way, so it wasn't terrible. Obviously had to go north to get back. So next day, Totton, we got a job on, which was about 25 minutes from where I was. Just north of Southampton, I think. Going to Morecambe, so another big bloody drive. Christ. Yeah, so that was a long way. I can't remember what I got, about 200 and something pounds for that job. So, you know, I was smashing it really for the week. That was just a box. She's been very keen with his updates, which is fair enough. You got another ETA, It's like, well, it's not changed, don't panic. And if it does, I'll let you know. So he was all right. And he hasn't left any feedback, but he texted me saying, thanks for doing such a great job, etc., etc. So that's great, but if you could leave me some feedback, it'd be even better. So this is unrelated video. I had to stay. I couldn't go home that night for family reasons, so I was stuck in Morecambe, and I said the van was sticking. I was staying in Lancaster actually. Van was sticking in the gearbox, so that's kind of the end of my week. That's why it would have been a record-breaking week probably. But I still made decent money for 2 days' work. It's like nearly 4 days' money in a way, 4 days minimum. So there's a garage around the usual person, he's away, so there's another bloke around the corners from me, so I had to just get it back because it was really sticking. I couldn't really drive it that well. So he gets in the van, the mechanic, and goes, it's not a clutch. I was like, that's one thing. Put some WD-40 there, and the gear, it started moving, and it needed some cables. I don't know the exact name. I've probably got the somewhere around here. The cables, 2 new cables, but that's come from the main dealer, which have been a problem. A couple of repairs for his van. It's not a problem, but they've always needed main dealer bloody parts for the Renault. So, so couldn't work the rest of the week. He's booked in for Friday, which fair enough. Parts came in, did it Friday, it was done. So that was great. So it continues. So that was done. Drove it on Saturday just to football, which is not far. Drove fine, great, perfect. But then disaster struck on Monday morning. Luckily we didn't have a job booked in, because I suppose the shipper had understood I couldn't drive the van, but couldn't put the clutch down at all. So I was like, for fuck's sake. Just what I needed, especially that repair wasn't exactly cheap. The cables either. It was going to be a bit cheaper, but it wasn't. So they called the AA out, and he goes, you know what that is? Cylinder sleeve or something like that on the thing. Basically, I have to take the gearbox off and put a cylinder sleeve, but it's recommended whilst it's off, you replace the clutch. Clutch hadn't gone. There's this, I forgot, it was something sleeve for the cylinder. I don't know. I'm not very mechanically minded. So it's only that needed doing. I've actually got a place in Winford which does clutches. It's dialer clutch. I had to get a bank which was next door to it. Obviously I wasn't in the van, I couldn't drive it in Mrs. car. So paid some money in, and I went to the literally 2 doors down and said, this is a problem. Priced it up, which was painful. And then they came within 20 minutes, picked it up. Somehow I got it to drive, obviously, but that's what they deal with. And that was on Monday. Yeah, they picked it up on Monday, and it was back by Tuesday 5:30. They delivered it back. So my good week, and the week before was painful because it's basically paid for repairs. But that's what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. So it's had new clutches, new things for the cables for the gearbox. I just recently had back brake calipers or pads or something. That was another big job. That was the other month, and full service and stuff. So hopefully that'll last a bit longer. Hopefully in the next year there won't be as many major problems with it. It'll just be a couple of services, oil and filter changes, etc. So that was that. So went from good to being bad really, but it was still good because I was still doing well to take them record takings for the day. So leads on this week. What day are we on now? Friday this is. So Wednesday. Oh yeah, because the van came back late. I had nothing booked in for Wednesday. So I was waiting. I was just at home. I couldn't be asked. I just couldn't be asked to get out. I'm not going around fishing for work. I just stay at home and got it booked in. So I had nothing until, well, I picked the job up at 10 to 2 is when I picked it up. I actually physically picked the job up, as in, it was in the van. Yeah, one of the medical jobs saved me. I couldn't put the weekend money in it because that's just silly, you wouldn't get the job. Still got 85p a man. It was going to Torquay from Runcorn. Totnes, I don't know. Torquay, I don't know what it's called. Just outside Torquay. So that was a lovely long drive, but I got £222 for that job. So got really good money for the day on that job. For just the one job, stayed in Torquay. And on the way down, I got a job for the next day, which was yesterday, Thursday, from Exeter to Elland, which is like, well, Huddersfield, Halifax, Leeds type of area. So this was a bit of it was a speedy freight job, and they sorted me out with some waiting time in the end, but it's just, there's nothing on, I think it's their customer which has been the pain with this job. And also, my goods in transit wouldn't have covered the load. Didn't tell me what it was. It was loads of phones again. I think they were brand new phones. iPhone 13s, judging by the paperwork. Anyway, so, yeah, it's going to like, I don't know, like a online site that sells them and stuff, sells loads of stuff by the looks of it. Buy it. I think it's called buyit.com or something, I don't know. So I got there, got the paperwork, had a delivery reference. So I went into the warehouse, given that, and he went, nope. Nope, we don't accept deliveries after 12. Nope, no, no, and no. Right, okay, brilliant. So rang the shipper. They said the customer's done this before. He said you were booked in for 1. I think it was about 10 past. But I didn't know I was booked in for 1. There's no note to say you had a booking in time or anything like that at all. So there's no notes to say this. I said that shipper, go, even off no note saying I'm in booked in. Otherwise, I'm in a pain in the backside of a job. I didn't say this to him. It's like, well, you know, I took the job with just going, you know, ASAP, drop off and go. It wasn't any notes in there to say that it was in for a 1 o'clock drop. He goes, oh, it might be a 3 o'clock. And I was like, well, it's 20 to 2 now. You know, he's really ruining my afternoon here. So he rang his customer, half an hour gone by, nothing, rang back. And, try to get hold of him again, nothing. It was about an hour and 20 on site in the end, and eventually someone come out and just unloaded me. Which, I mean, there's two sides. So obviously, the shipper's customer should have stated that, but again, also the place is at. It's a bit, I know, not pedantic, is it? But well, you took it. Whatever you realise you can take it. So some BS about not being able to take the load or deliveries after 12. So they did it eventually, and that job was with some extra. Was 200 with its extra with the waiting time. It really wasn't half an hour. I was in touch about 40 minutes, 50 minutes. So yeah, I couldn't be arsed. Money was fine. Topped up was 200, so that'll do. Nothing else to the afternoon. Thought to stay where I was because I was in Yorkshire way, which is where I am now. If I start at home on a Friday, it's really hard to make money because you know you can do the local jobs, but I know Leeds isn't much higher, but it's quite busy in Yorkshire to do some minimum charge jobs and then get back later on. Because it's a cockeyed week, I would have probably stayed out Thursday a bit further south or north and then come back down, which is where generally I seem to make the money, is doing that. So yeah, so we'll see what happens today. So it's been a bit long. Well, it's not really long. It's just one clip. Yeah, I would have done all my editing over the weekend, but it's my birthday last week. But we've got a sitter for the little one. Can only do that tomorrow, so we're going to New York tomorrow. First time we've been out overnight together in a few years, so looking forward to that. Hope everyone's had a good week. Hope everyone has a good weekend, and hopefully, what we're on next week should be a full week next week. And I'm really hoping nothing else happens. So just want to get the end of November and smash it for the last week or so. Right. Yep, so smash it for the end of November. I nearly did it one take. So yeah, a few weeks ago in Stretford Tesco, forgot his name, but I saw a subscriber, not even on 300, but I got a subscriber that recognised me. So, how you doing well, mate? Sorry I forgot your name. And cheers for watching, appreciate it. And a special mention to Jamie. I've emailed him, he's starting up not too far from me. Just give him what I've learned and my advice, and he sent me a video saying thank you, so appreciate that, mate, and hope everything's going well. If you need any help, you know where I am. So, yep. Hope everyone has a good weekend. And I'll see you next week.